outside his home by sniper fire. Police have blamed Tamil Tiger rebels for the killing, but the groups denied any involvement. A government spokesperson rejected the denial and said the murder's a grave setback to the nation's peace process.
We totally condemn that killing, and we are very much shocked. And of course, our determination to go ahead with the peace process is not deterred by this brutal effort.
Well, to tell us more, we're joined now by Douglas Wickramaratne, who's a political analyst and the president of the Sinhala Association of Sri Lankans in London. Thank you for coming in and talking to us this afternoon here on Sky News. First of all, President Kumaratunga has said he was killed by political foes, yet we've heard the Tamil Tigers have denied it this afternoon. What's your take on it?
No, this is the usual tactics of the LTT or the Tamil Tigers to deny any political killings. But we know in the last 2 years alone, since the ceasefire was signed, there have been 350 killings of mainly Tamils. In fact, when the LTT, the Tamil Tigers, killed Rajiv Gandhi, the Prime Minister of India, they denied responsibility. But then they were found guilty, and about 6 of them were sentenced to death. And they have issued a warrant for the open arrest of Prabhakaran, their leader. So this is the usual. We are quite used to the LTT tactics of denying. But we all know in Colombo and even in the north, Jaffna, the killings is done. In fact, recently, the leader of the Tamil United Liberation Front was in London, and he was saying that he's not free to go to the north even. He can move around anywhere in the south, but he's not free to go to the north because he would be killed by the LTT. And the same way, Mr. Lakshman Kadiragama, whom I knew very well, in fact, he was here on the 17th and 18th of March, where 18th of March his portrait was unveiled at the Oxford University. And he was an intellectual giant, and in the South Asian region, he was a highly respected politician. And he, in fact, when I put a question to him on the 17th of March at a meeting he held, he accepted that he was a target of the LTTE and that he has to be very careful in moving around.
Why was that? Because he campaigned against them?
He campaigned. In fact, he had, by the way, I mean, he's a Tamil himself, and he was one of the people who said we want a united Sri Lanka and that the Tamils should be liberated from the LTTE. And one of the things that is happening is since he, I mean, it was his campaign that enabled Britain or the UK to ban LTT as a terrorist organization. But what has happened is since the ban is there, but the LTT seems to be free to collect funds here, and they are collecting funds in a big way every year. Now, in fact, in November, there's a meeting that is scheduled here. Last year, the November meeting collected £1 million for LTT funds, you see. We have been appealing to the British government as well that they must, it's not enough just declaring the LTT as a terrorist organization. They must take action to prevent the fundraising, you see. Because, you see, now for the first time in London, we have seen the tragedy of suicide bombing. I mean, we have suffered suicide bombing in Sri Lanka for a number of years because LTT were the pioneers of suicide bombing. In fact, the irony of it is on the 5th of July, Prabhakaran, their leader, was paying homage to 285 suicide bombers that had died on there. But the thing is, the masterminds of the LTT, of the suicide killing, are living in London. And we have repeatedly asked the British authorities that it's no point just being concerned only about Muslim terrorists, but there are other suicide terrorists who have been responsible for action outside.
Briefly, a state of emergency has been introduced now. What's this going to mean for that fragile ceasefire?
I think the emergency, of course, is set up mainly to prevent any kind of a backlash from the people for the killing, because Mr. Lakshman Kadiragama was a very popular minister, and he had travelled the world over, and he's well known to all the political leaders, you see. And but the peace process, of course, was engineered by Norway, and it has been, people have rejected that because the ceasefire had been violated by the LTT over 3,000 times in the last 2 years, you see.
Well, Mr. Wickramaratne, I'm afraid they must leave it, but thank you for coming and giving us your views this afternoon here on Sky News.
Thank you.